Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Patra. Now, if you are a mutual fund investor, this is one video that you must watch till the end. The news of capital markets regulator SEBI investigating Quant Mutual Funds has taken the investors by surprise today. SEBI has, as per reports, conducted search and seizure operations at Quant Mutual Fund's premises as well. Quant Mutual Fund, on its own, has also issued a statement emphasizing its commitment to full cooperation with SEBI and maintaining transparency throughout the investigation process. Now, for all the audiences, for a wider viewer audience, I'd like to highlight that Quant Mutual Fund has actually rapidly grown to become one of India's top performing fund houses in a relatively shorter period of time in just 6 years. In fact, if you look at the last 3 years' performance, Quant Mutual Fund has been among the best performing mutual fund houses in the past 3 years. Its AUM also has grown from a base of 100 odd crore rupees, then it went on to 258 odd crore rupees in 2020 and now stands at over 90,000 crore rupees as of June 2024. They also have 80 lakh folios that they have, and therefore the impact is being understood as could be larger with the kind of folios that there are and the investors that there could be. Now, to help us really understand how big a concern is SEBI's action on Quant Mutual Funds and how should investors of Quant Mutual Funds read into this as well, joining us is a very special guest. Mr. Kshitij Mahajan joins in. He's the CEO and managing partner of Complete Circle. Warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Another very important, significant development that has happened, which is, probably caters to a wide audience base, and therefore it is very important to understand this development in the right context and in the right fashion. So, to begin with, if you could help our viewers really understand, is this a big concern that SEBI is investigating Quant Mutual Funds, and there are reports that have given allegations of front running in this case? So could you just help us with that context first?
Well, thank you, Sakshi. Always a pleasure, and it's a very important topic which we are discussing today. And just to make things simple, SEBI has been working 24/7 in the best interest of retail participants, retail investors, whether they are coming through direct stocks, mutual fund, PMS, or any other route. And there are a lot of checkpoints which have been developed by SEBI to ensure that there is transparency, and nothing has been done at a cost of investors by the stakeholders or by asset management companies. So let me make it simple for you. SEBI has defined that whatever you're doing as a fund house should benefit end investors only, should not be benefiting the people who have been managing the funds to start with. They can participate in the fund, that's not a problem, but then it should first benefit the investors only, and that information which somebody has with any about any company or any stocks should not should not be used as as a reason to buy or take some allocation in your personal or in your friend's portfolio. So I think that is one thing which has been a big question by SEBI on Quant also, that there can be, and I'm saying this is an initial discussion. There is an initial screener which SEBI systems has shown that there might be a case of front running, or there might be a case of benefiting some other people at the cost of the stocks which they are buying in the portfolio of Quant various mutual fund schemes. Second important point which one has to understand is there's nothing against any asset management company, but yes, they have a very high churn ratio in the portfolio also, which has also to some extent has raised question marks, because normally when you invest into mutual fund portfolios, it is for long term, and on an average there are various schemes where you have put churn ratio at 60-70% also, because it's a trust and there's no capital gain, you can do that. But here in many of the funds, the churn is way above than normal mutual fund churn. That has also raised question marks on the way the funds have been managed. So I think to start with, it's an initial discussion, and they have already started raiding Quant offices and the various beneficiaries in Hyderabad. So that's what is going on. Let's see. It's too early to comment anything. You never know. They might be, it's just a doubt only. But they will do their due diligence at their end to ensure that everything will come transparent.
Absolutely. So, Kshitij, just try and also help understand all our viewers what exactly is front running and how different is it from an insider trading, because many are getting confused that this could be a similar case, but there could be a stark difference right here.
So front running and insider trading, they are two different things. Insider trading is acting and trading on behalf of some non-public information. So of information which is not there, and you have you got some information from some wrong means, and you have acted on that. Front running is like you as a house, let's say you have information that you are going to buy, let's say X company in your portfolio, and as a house you're going to take a bigger allocation, any mutual fund which is 1 lakh crore, let's say, and they have all funds mainly in equity, and they want to take in some fund some allocation. The allocation can be as good as 1,000 crore, 500 crore, 600 crore. So before getting into that company, that stock where you take a position and it become public that you are buying that company, you take that company in your personal portfolio, because once you invest in any small cap or mid cap company with that type of quantum, obviously the price will move up because buying has come into the stock. That is called your front running, that you already have taken a position in a business wherein there is already a news or information about that some big allocation, or someone is going to take a big allocation in that company. That is called front running, and this is something what SEBI is suspecting, that there might be cases in many of the stocks where there are beneficiaries on the basis of some information given by people who are buying for Quant Mutual Fund. That is what they are inspecting.
Okay, but so what should investors do? Should they worry at this point in time? All of those investors who've been consistently putting in money in various schemes of Quant Mutual Funds via their SIPs, or maybe having used to probably put in lump sum amount of money, is there any concern at this point in time? What should their first step be at this point?
So, such two things will happen now. One, which is very important, is that in small and mid cap scheme where their performance is very good, their largest holding is Reliance Industries. So the liquidity is not a problem. They have 10% in Reliance Industries only.
Okay.
Second important point is that many of the smaller and mid cap companies where they have allocation, whether they will get redemption pressure or not, now we will see as next 2-3 days will pass. But what my sense is, many of other people or many of other houses might like to, where there is a question, I might like to redeem that part. So you might see a drag in terms of that overperform which was coming. So you might see a little bit of underperformance in coming days ahead for sure. And if some news which they are talking about will come in its true shape, then there might be further reaction, because once you have this negative news flowing in, there will be a lot of redemption pressure. Then beyond a point, you have to take charge of what one has to do. My suggestion is, right now there is no need to act in terms of liquidity of the portfolio. There is immense liquidity which is there. Let's wait and watch how things will shape up. I will suggest that please don't look at making any further allocations. That is something which one can look at, and one can actually look at wait and watch for any further input of SIP once the result will be out by SEBI, and once the entire inspection is done by SEBI. So till that time, you can actually stop things, but you can just hold on. Not that portfolio looks that it's not illiquid. So you can just hold on. But yes, one can be watchful about allocating further in the future. Till the time you have the final results coming.
Okay, so wait and watch is the approach that all the investors need to have. Hold on any kind of investments that you have planned in the coming days. Let the things settle down. Let more development come in before you take that news. But at this point in time, do not also act in panic and move out all your money. At this point in time, we still have to wait to find out what are the SEBI's investigation conclusions as well. Now, do tell us, sir, if there are any prior cases that one can refer to understand how has SEBI reacted in such cases, and what are the steps that SEBI can take in case the investigations also prove to be true?
So there have been cases. So before talking about those cases, I would like to share with you that all SEBI efforts, everything
Hmm.
which SEBI is doing at our end, is in the best interest of investors,
Yeah.
because your show has been watched by a lot of investors. So I want to tell everyone who's watching us that SEBI's all efforts, all inspections, all due diligence is in the best interest for investor. So you don't have to worry about it. Second, there have been cases. We just had access last year where we have seen that there was clear-cut indication of front running which was going on. And now, prior to that, there were a case with HDFC Mutual Fund in 2007, and many other such type of cases were there. Where, when if the result has been that yes, there is a case of fraudulent practices and front running, then there is a fine of the scheme, and whatever benefits have been taken by fund house or fund house people, it's been given back to the scheme as due of fine. People who have been involved have been barred for practicing in market for next 5 years, 10 years, depending on what type of and what's the quantum of fraud is. So there have been cases where SEBI has been very prudent in taking the right actions.
Okay. And do you think this action could further lead to enhanced surveillance by SEBI? Could this spread to other mutual funds as well at this point in time?
Oh yes, every time. If you remember, 4 months back, we started doing stress test for small and mid cap funds. If I'm not wrong, this has actually come out of the stress test part only. Although they have largest allocation as reliance in both the portfolios, but I'm saying every time there's a best practices which keeps on adding to the overall kitty of asset management by SEBI is in the best interest of investors only, and you
Hmm.
will see further transparency coming in the portfolios by asset management as well as by regulator.
Okay. Lastly, Kshitij, what does this really do to the long-term credibility of Quant and Quant Mutual Fund managers, especially, the lead manager we have seen, being a respected market watcher and, market analyst for a long time, 35, 40 years of experience right there. Does it do anything to the credibility, or everything stays status quo till the time we actually get the investigation results?
So actually, you've been a part of this market. It's brutal, I'm telling you. And there are 45, 46 mutual fund houses. So my point is that if something will come out, we have seen that Axis is still struggling to, revive. If you remember 2008, what happened with Mirai, during liquid fund redemption days, and when global financial crisis happened. Although in fact, they returned the money after that to all the investors, but it took long for them to come back. Now they've been a very respected name. But this all caused for the timing. This all caused a lot of negativity among minds of people. And you have options. It's not that only three, four fund houses which are there in the market. It's not
Yeah.
like that. I think I wish that nothing should come out, because we all are part of the
Sure.
same industry. And
Yes.
if something happened with one person, it affects everybody else also. It has a ripple effect. But let's see how things will shape up. But yes, you're right. It creates negativity among minds of people if something comes out, and they will like to refrain from investing further. Maybe for a shorter, maybe for some small amount of time. So let's see how things will shape up. I'm
Sure.
just hoping that
Absolutely.
nothing will come out, but let's see how things will shape up.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Hitesh, for being with us on this special edition and helping us really understand as to what this development really means for investors. How should investors read into this, and what should their next step be? And of course, what could be the cost that SEBI could take, and to really understand as to where this case would be developing. But we'll be waiting for more developments to come in to give us greater
Sure.
clarity as to how it happens over the next few days. So, viewers, we'll wrap it up at that, this special conversation. This was only to bring to you the perspective of top market guests who are really looking at this issue very, very closely to help you understand how should you read into the situation as well. But we'll wrap it up at that. Thank you so much, Kshitij, again for being with us on this special show. And we will continue to get you more insights from the world of stock markets, business and finance. So stay tuned on Business Today Television. welcome to our special offering, Budget Stocks on Business Today television. Starting today, we'll be focusing on a host of sectors and stocks which